I'm CBS 11 meteorologist Jeff Ray. Special webcast here for you to talk about what we expect for August. The return of unusual August weather is what's in the forecast. Not necessarily this weekend, but let's take a look at the last 10 days. Ever since we ended the last 2 days of July, we've had slightly below normal temperatures, except for Wednesday, August 2nd, when we had that rain. The high was only 81 degrees, and we have a couple of 80-degree days in the forecast on the 7th and 8th after the weekend, with again more rain in the forecast. Now, it's unusual to have an August high at DFW that's not in the 90s or in the triple digits. Over the last 10 years, we've had 19 days at DFW where the daytime high was below 90 degrees. There's only a 6% chance that any August day would be below 90-degree days in the Metroplex. Meanwhile, there's a 40% chance you would have a high that actually hits 100 degrees or warmer. What's going on? Well, it's the upper air pattern. You know, typically August being our hottest, driest month, we have either the Western Ridge or the Bermuda High, or both, teaming up to bring us hot and dry weather. Well, as of Monday, there is no Western Ridge to speak of at the moment. The Bermuda High is still off to our east. But notice what's going on in the Central Plains and Great Lakes. See where the cold front is? The jet stream? It is below the Great Lakes into the Central Plains. And even though by next Wednesday the summer heat tries to build back in over the southern plains and Texas and down in Florida, it gets beaten back again by that trough that continues to be over the Great Lakes. So the Western Ridge shifts off to the west, and the hot weather continues up in the Pacific Northwest, and the Bermuda High barely gets into the deep south. Meanwhile, it stays wet and dry around here. We expect August to have below normal temperatures with hot conditions out in the west coast. Meanwhile, we are expecting above normal rainfall over the state of Texas for August. This follows a wet June and a wet July. There's a Lake Lavon 95% full. Yes, we've been going to our lakes this summer, and all the lakes are in great condition because of the summer rains. We can expect a cool, wet August. And what does it mean for you? Well, lower cooling and water bills, obviously. You won't have to water the yard as much or cool the house as much. But you might think about starting your fall planning a few weeks early. And of course, as we get into August, those football and band practices, they will be a little bit more comfortable because we're not going to have that dreaded August heat. In fact, we are expecting cool weather in the week ahead. Won't you join us for a full forecast later on this evening, myself and Scott Paget, and we'll talk about this rain event that's just right around the corner. We'll see you then.